cheddar cheese. I got the dialect of dairy in my diary. I'm from a lactose intolerance community. I wanna circulate the units in the unity. The continuity of opportunity for stacking bands. Opportunity to stack the figures with your family. I can show you how to get the figures in advance. I don't see nobody else but us giving a damn. Ooh, so let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm Bobby.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Aviators of Toronto taking on the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
They run with the All-Pro from a couple of years ago, Jonathan Taylor.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
But you look at this Bronco defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Now Mayfield.
His throw incomplete.
This defense for the Broncos, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you're going to give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Mayfield to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And bulldozing his way through.
Well, he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The 13 yards that time at a first.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
First and 10, Taylor now. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Throwing, Mayfield. He'll find Taylor, that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw, Mayfield.
A throw on the money there to Doolan.
And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it's second down. But you look at this Bronco defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
Here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield looks to throw. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down near the 20 of the 21. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Mayfield. And it's caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Aviators get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, they'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Duvernay in motion. And they'll go on the ground. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After They'll come up 2nd and 7. Shepard will go in motion right. Here's Rodgers. It's brought in by Harris. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is Shepard on the catch. Now it's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Mike Hughes.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Now Mayfield. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield now. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 15. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 48.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
For the Broncos, it's 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
The throw over the middle, taken in. They're all the way home for the Broncos score. Sterling Shepard, 38 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Play fake. Mayfield. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
Now here's Bradley Pinion now.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
3rd and 3.
On play action, Rodgers.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They go with Chubb on second down. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I don't know what Coach told me before. They always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 48. Santos' kick is up and through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Able to get away. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Oh, it's deep for Duvernay. This is caught inside the 15. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Lewis. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Here we go. Set, let's go.
Duvernay in motion.
Ready.
Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. Make it 2nd and 7 coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
4 yards on the pickup.
Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. To throw is Rodgers. Off the play fake. A quick throw, but incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Santos' kick is up and through. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On second down, it's Taylor. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long. And they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it fly for Austin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give him credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He'll let it fly for Austin. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Duvernay in motion. And they'll run it here. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 16-yard line.
Throwing is Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Rodgers changing the play, it appears.
Hey, you block over here.
Rodgers now on 3rd down. That is caught by Williams for a Bronco touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. A 15-point game now. You make the extra point, and that means on the other side you need 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions. That's a pretty tall order here in the 4th quarter.
Agreed, because they really needed to come up with a stop there, and even if it was just to hold them to a field goal. Now they need to pull out the lucky horseshoe because they've got to get an onside kick And we've seen nowadays those are incredibly difficult to come by.
And not to mention they got to get the touchdown and a two-point conversion first. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
First down and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Mayfield to throw it. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. A first down throw for Mayfield. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Second down and 6 now. To throw, Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Let's go now.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Oh, it's deep for Duvernay. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Devin Duvernay, 56 yards. And the Broncos are closing in now on a 7th straight win to start the year. Santos with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. There he goes, right side. Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Aviators get a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples.
It's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Rodgers looking to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 79 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Rodgers wants to change the look. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. A quick throw there out to Williams. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. Not liking the look, they'll change the play.
Box it. Put a 50.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Nick Chubb, 53 yards. And the Broncos have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Now the point after try for Santos. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee. They said their goal was to win 7 games. They've done that pretty early in the year.
I think it's time for them to elevate that number and really make a big push to finish this season strong.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.
Back in my ways, missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out in the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep following this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me the front lines. You never mind. Getting money in my bloodline. Talking on me mind. Keep with a rip. Don't want to talk if it ain't about a dip. Made a name for me real quick. Ain't gon' stop so my net worth millions. Going to school, I drop down. They try to read when I drive with the top down.